So the one thing we experience as wildlife photographers and nature photographers is we constantly have to change lenses. Well, this massive 10x optical zoom might be the solution to that. Meet the Sigma 6600. I've never used a lens like this before. It's pretty freaking cool. Just having 10x optical zoom in this guy, what more of a selling point do you need for that? Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. So the Sigma 6600 has a variable aperture of f4.5 to f6.3. A little bit of a downgrade. The locking system on the Sigma is a little bit different than the 15600, where the 15600 has a tension lock, where you can either make it loose, tight, or completely locked. This one only has an on and off lock switch. There's all your traditional buttons that you would expect on a lens like this. There's an autofocus, manual focus switch. Speaking about manual focus, the focus ring feels nice and smooth. There's an optical steady shot switch, which you can either set for overall stabilization or horizontal panning stabilization. There's a couple custom setting buttons. And perhaps one of my favorite features on this lens is the mount that comes with it. As you can see, you can easily switch it between horizontal or vertical, depending what you're shooting, without taking it off the tripod. All right, so this lens, it's considerably heavier than its other sister lens, the Sigma 150 to 600. It weighs in at 2,700 grams. In comparison, the 150-600 weighs in at 2,100 grams. The weight is not all that's higher. Unfortunately, the price is considerably higher as well. This lens comes in at new $2,000. And, honestly, with a 10x optical zoom, I can see why it's pretty freaking unique. The build quality, like all Sigma products, feels premium. It feels nice and solid. I did check the website. It's weather sealed and water sealed, so water beads on the top of the lens, and I'm not really too nervous about going in a light drizzle with this lens. And all in all, I mean, you can't go wrong. It feels like a very premium ultra zoom lens. But that's enough looking at the technical specs and nitty-gritty of the lens. Let's go ahead and give it a test for photos and video. So anyways, sit back and enjoy the photos I took with this lens. Overall, I really enjoyed working with this lens. However, I felt like I had to have it on a tripod the entire time. Initially, I tried to do it handheld, but it ended up being too much weight and my arms started hurting me pretty quickly. But working with a decent tripod, it wasn't that bad at all. The autofocus is faster than the 150-600, but when you're shooting smaller things like birds, it's still quite not fast enough. So a lot of the times I ended up switching to manual anyways to get the shot that I wanted. All in all, I'm really happy with how all these photos came out. Keeping in mind this is like week 3 of me trying wildlife birding photography, so hopefully that helps give you an understanding of how easy or hard it might be to pick it up. And rounding off the test here, here's 2 video shots of the lens. The more and more I do wildlife photography and the more I try video, I find that I actually prefer doing wildlife videography because it truly captures the life of the animal you're trying to capture. As well, overall, it's a little easier to do because you're not constantly trying to find your focus point. All in all, I really love this lens. I think if you're looking to save a few dollars, the Sigma 150-600 might be a better option. With that being said, having 10x optical zoom and a little bit faster autofocus in that lens is also very nice. But is it worth $700 more in price? It's really for you to determine for yourself. I think it probably is, just for the autofocus. The 10x zoom for at least wildlife and birding photography, it's kind of overkill. A lot of the times I'm shooting 150 plus anyways. I don't have a lot of situations where I'm shooting under 60, so that might make this more a better option for sports. But the faster autofocus, that's really the major selling point in upgrading from the 150-600. It's quite a bit faster, much better for birding. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you'd like the review on this lens. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. Please consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.